Hello, my name is Ryan Sinclair, and I'm here for day 10 of Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, and we'd like to wish Happy Good Friday to everybody, or a happy second day of Passover. We'd like to thank you for all the likes and the watches. We set up our own YouTube channel, so you can go on YouTube and like and subscribe to us for daily updates, and we're on day 10. I wasn't sure how long we were going to last, but we're still going. So
yep,
we must be doing something right. All right, so today we're going to talk a little something about routine. We hit on that a little bit yesterday about the fact that we were having lasagna last night. How was it?
Delicious.
Delicious. It was very good. We enjoyed the lasagna that Mom made. But routine and why people on the autism spectrum rely on routine. There is an explanation for it. And that explanation has to do with something that I learned from Temple Grandin, who is an actual person with autism who has her doctorate in animal management. She's a professor, she's amazing, and she gives the autistic world a voice, which was very helpful for us, my wife and I, in our journey. And she talked about how people with autism think in pictures. Largely that's due to the fact that people with autism have a hard time with imagination. Now you think back to when you were a little kid. Imagination is what being a little kid's all about. It's all about using your imagination. I think about the first time I heard that on Sesame Street. You know, we think about all the different shows. Well, kids with autism have a hard time with imagination. So as a result, what they do is they collect information. That's why they're so good at memorizing. That's why the echolalia is so helpful. So they do the same thing with the way that they kind of take pictures of things with their mind, the same way they do words with echolalia, and then they use those as kind of like a reference when they can't imagine what's going on. Ryan, why don't you tell them a couple things that are your favorite things? Whenever we drive somewhere, whenever we go somewhere, tell us some of the favorite things you have. Yes.
So there's a couple things that I like seeing, like in the town and on the highway. Mm-hmm. There's something I like seeing. There's something like something I see that we see through our neighborhood. The railroad crossing. Mm-hmm. It goes over the railroad track. And there are two things I like seeing. The yellow sign, because the sign with the R's and the X is yellow, because mm-hmm. that's what I call it. Right. And the white X is why I call it that, because
it's a white X.
It's white and it's an X.
Very good. Yes, yes. All right, so you love the railroad tracks. What else do you love?
So whenever I hear them, I just say that the bumps come because I feel them right on my butt.
Yes, that's that. Exactly. Yeah. What else do you like?
Well, we see this on the highway and through town, probably. Mm-hmm. There's big towers, brown towers, big towers, and electric towers.
Yes.
I get to see them all through town and on the highway.
Yes, and what he loves about those two things, if you think about it, they go on to infinity. You know, you look down a railroad track and you can see all the way down to the horizon. Electric towers, power lines, run off into a distance, but they go in a predictable direction. You know, your electric towers, your railroad tracks, if they're going to turn, it's a gradual turn. So it's easier for people with autism to see. So there's a comfort they take in seeing down the road. And if you think of it in terms of, let's say we're going on vacation, right, Ryan?
Right.
And we're going to a place that we've never gone before. How would you feel about that if we decided we were going somewhere we've never gone before?
Probably nervous.
A little nervous. It's very good because you don't know what it looks like.
Right.
So we decided one time, many years ago, to go on vacation to Belmar. Now,
do you know Belmar? It's a place farther from the ocean, which comes to our place again.
Yes, exactly.
And Belmar was a pretty great place for me because I get to hear the train passing.
There is a train down there.
Yeah. Oh, another thing is I get to hear cars go over the drawbridge. It makes a sound like this.
And if you drive across that bridge, that's exactly the sound that it makes. So we had a therapist at the time named Miss Mary. Remember Miss Mary?
Oh, yeah, Miss Mary.
So Miss Mary said...
She's from Bordentown.
That's right. She suggested that we go all the way down to Belmar, and it wasn't that far away. It's 45 minutes from us.
It was past Uncle Opie's exit.
That's right. We took pictures all along the
or
way.
exits,
Yes.
probably. Yeah.
Then we went all the way down there and we took pictures of the house. And we took pictures of the walk.
We made a
all the way
picture
down.
book.
We made a picture book.
I use it for whenever we go there.
Exactly.
But I can't go there anymore because I'm grown up.
Well, we might go there another time.
Or
sure.
maybe
we will. Maybe for a day.
For just one day.
Right.
For a day or a visit.
Yes. So what it did, it eased Ryan's concerns. His shoulders went down because he saw where we were going. He couldn't imagine where it was. But once we had the pictures, it made sense. And if you think about it in terms of the railroad track or the electric towers, he was able to look down the line and he knew where he was going to be. And it was very, very helpful. So that's something to keep in mind when you're dealing with individuals with autism. If you're going somewhere, in this day and age of Google Maps, Ryan loves Google Maps.
I see that on something like the computer or iPad.
Yes, it's very helpful. Where are we going? We're going to Aunt Sally's. We've never been there before. Where does she live? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the route we're going to take. And you will, I promise you, you'll immediately see your child with autism or your individual with autism calm down because now, okay, this is where I'm going. I can see it. I can visually imagine it. So by the same token, this idea of thinking in pictures can be detrimental sometimes. If the first experience that a child has or an individual has with something they've never dealt with before is negative, it can take a snapshot that can impact their encounters with that. It's like a trauma. And you have to work hard to replace that one rough picture. And Ryan's going to share a story of when he was about 2 years old. He still remembers it and was at our friend's house and had his first ever encounter. Uncle Lance. First ever encounter with a dog. So go ahead and tell him about it.
So this happened a long time ago when I was very little. We used to go to somebody named Uncle Lance's house. Mm-hmm. His house is right by an electric tower looking around.
Yes,
that's what I call it.
That's right.
And he used to have a chocolate lab dog. Her name was Maggie. Mm-hmm. When I was very little, she was right up to here like this. And it probably freaked me out like this. Yikes!
Yes. He was at a party and he wanted to be away from the crowd. We didn't know why at the time. And he wandered in the garage and looked at the wheels on the truck.
I do that most of the time.
So Maggie, who is a big friendly lab, came out and walked up to him and was going...
I did that first.
Yes, you did. And he just saw this little 2-year-old. He saw this giant dog face. And he was so scared. It probably scared Maggie more than... Maggie scared him. But what it did, it left an imprint. Anytime we said dog, that's what Ryan saw. He saw this picture. So what we had to do over time is expose him to more and more dogs. And we were lucky enough to where we have family members that have dogs. And now, Ryan, when we think of dogs, who do you think of? Which dogs do you think of?
Well, I have a couple dogs in
your family and friends that you're friends with.
Yep. Like Uncle Joe and Aunt Tara have a dog named Izzy. She is very nice.
Yes, she is.
And Uncle Mike and Aunt Amory, Megan and Allie, have a dog named Lexi.
Yes.
She's like a puppy or something.
Yes, and you hold Lexi.
Yeah.
Hold Lexi. Yep.
And Uncle Lance and Aunt Suzanne, Caitlin and Patrick, have 2 dogs now named Bailey and Rosalie.
Yes, and how do you like those dogs?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yep. And recently another
Yeah, they had Izzy. Yep, and Lexi, Bailey.
Another family member just got a dog, and we can't wait to meet him, right?
Oh, and you are not going to believe this.
I'm not going to believe it.
I used to remember that my friends Aunt Rachel and Jordan had a little dog named Shasta. Shasta. She died one time.
Yep.
Yeah. And now they have another dog named Roxy.
Right.
She's a new friend to Violet. And to me, too.
Yeah, so we can't wait to get there and meet Roxy. Exactly. So as you can see, our family collectively, everybody has been great. Izzy, for example, we used to go to Izzy's house, and poor Izzy sometimes had to stay in the side room, but eventually
she used to stay in there on her first day.
Yeah, exactly. But eventually Ryan again and again would see her, and finally at the Eagles Super Bowl party, she actually jumped up on you one time, and you were fine. You were good, right?
She loves me.
She does love you.
Yep. She's being a friend.
Point is, if you know that the first experience that your child had with something like a dog or a cat or a fire truck or a police car was negative, you have to be conscious of that and work hard to come up with other pictures to replace it to make the experience more positive. Is that it?
Well, what did we forget?
I don't think we forgot
Nope.
anything. I think we
We're
covered
good.
everything, right?
All right.
All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Last one before Easter. Stay
Easter.
safe. Yeah.
Do you know Easter's a holiday in April? Because I get to have get lots of presents from the Easter Bunny,
Yes.
and my favorite one is the chick peeps.
Peeps. Yes, we love Peeps. Okay.
There's lots of colors like yellow, purple, pink, green, and blue.
That's right. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
See you tomorrow.
Stay safe.